Hey there and welcome. Today, we're going on a journey through space and time itself. We're going to tackle some of the biggest questions in astronomy and check out the unbelievable answers we've managed to capture. So let's get started. All right, first up, this one's a real mind-bender. What did the universe actually look like way back? I mean, over 13 billion years ago. It just sounds impossible to know, right? Something you could only try to imagine.
Well, guess what? It's not impossible anymore. Just look at this. You see, because light takes so long to travel across space, when we look really far away, we're actually looking back in time. And this image, wow, it's letting us see some of the very first galaxies just starting to flicker into existence. This isn't some artist's drawing. It's a real photograph of the past.
So how in the world are we getting these impossible pictures? Well, it's all thanks to an incredible new piece of technology. You could call it humanity's new eye on the cosmos.
And that leads us right into our first question. Which telescope is giving us these incredible views, including a peek at the most distant star we have ever seen?
The answer is the James Webb Space Telescope, or as you'll often hear it called, the JWST.
And there it is, in all its glory. It launched on Christmas Day in 2021, and its superpower is that it sees the universe in infrared light. Now, why does that matter? Well, infrared can slice right through clouds of cosmic dust and gas that would normally block our view, letting us see the faint, ancient light from the dawn of time. It's like having a front row seat to the birth of the cosmos.
Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. We're going to pull our focus back from the very edge of everything we can see to our own cosmic backyard, to an amazing explorer that went all the way to Pluto and then kept on going.
You know, for most of my life, Pluto was just this blurry little dot in even our best telescopes. So our next question is, which spacecraft finally gave us our first real up-close look?
That heroic probe was the one and only New Horizons.
It took almost 10 years to get there, but in 2015, this is the view that New Horizons sent back. It was stunning. We saw a really complex world, with giant mountains made of solid water ice and huge glaciers of frozen nitrogen. It totally changed everything we thought we knew about that little dwarf planet.
But the mission wasn't over. In 2019, New Horizons flew past this object, called a Rockoth. And get this, it's the most distant object we have ever explored up close. It was like looking at a perfectly preserved fossil from the very beginning of our solar system, a true building block of the planets. All right, so we've gone from the most distant thing we visited to an object so incredibly dense that nothing, not even light, can get away. Let's talk about the first picture ever taken of, well, almost nothing.
Trying to take a picture of a black hole's shadow was a massive undertaking. I mean, it required a network of telescopes all across the entire planet working together. So which galaxy was home to this history-making target?
That incredible, groundbreaking image was of the supermassive black hole hiding right in the center of the M87 galaxy.
And this is where your brain just might start to melt a little bit. The scale is just mind-bending. This diagram shows you the size of the black hole's shadow. That dark circle there? It's bigger than the entire orbit of Pluto. It's even bigger than the path of the Voyager 1 spacecraft, which is the farthest thing humans have ever sent into space. That isn't just big, it's almost incomprehensible.
Okay, now that we've seen the biggest and the farthest, let's do a quick lightning round, a little field guide to some of the other amazing things you can find out there in the cosmos.
First up, the comet. What is it? Honestly, the easiest way to think about it is as a big, dirty snowball hurtling through space. It's a smallish object made of ice, rock, and dust, and it's orbiting a star.
And here's the cool part. As a comet gets closer to its star, the heat starts to cook it. The ice turns into gas, creating this amazing glowing atmosphere around it, the coma, and those incredible tails of gas and dust that can stretch for millions and millions of miles.
Next up, the nebula. You're looking at these huge, gorgeous clouds of gas and dust that just drift in the space between stars. They're made mostly of hydrogen, which is, the most basic building block in the entire universe. But there's so much more than just pretty clouds. Nebulae are basically cosmic nurseries. This is where stars are born. Gravity slowly pulls all that gas and dust together into clumps, and when those clumps get dense enough and hot enough, boom, a new star ignites. It's where it all begins.
So, we've talked a lot about looking at the universe, but what if we could actually listen to it?
Now we're going to shift from the things we can see to the invisible forces that shape everything, to ripples in the very fabric of space-time. For the first time ever, we can actually hear the universe. Einstein predicted that space and time are woven together into a single fabric called space-time. And when something really massive happens, like two black holes crashing into each other, it creates gravitational waves, actual ripples in that fabric. Being able to detect those ripples has given us a completely new way to witness the universe's most epic events.
And every single one of these things, the ancient galaxies, the icy comets, the monster black holes, even the invisible ripples in space, all of it exists inside what we call the universe. By definition, it's the grand total of all matter and all energy. It is, quite literally, everything.
So here we are. We have these amazing new eyes to see the very beginning of time, and now we have new senses to hear the universe's deepest secrets. And that just leaves us with one final, absolutely thrilling question. With tools this powerful, what on earth are we going to discover next?